Hi everybody, Dugraz here with Dugraz Reports. Would you like to know how many points I have across different credit card ecosystems? Well, you're in luck because I'm going to tell you. Now that 2021 has ended, it's the perfect time to go over that. Just to let you know, this should not be confused with how many points I earned in 2021. I intend to do a separate video on that topic. You can always check the description box for a link. This is just to let you know how many points I have as of December 31st, 2021. So it might have been points that I accumulated this year or a prior year. Before I get into those details, though, on this channel, we talk about epic value for the average American, including but not limited to credit card rewards. If that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and please click the thumbs up button. Let's dive in. First up, we have Chase Ultimate Rewards. So here's a quick screen grab showing how many points have already posted to my account. And you can see that it shows 353,990 UR points. And then I also have pending points. I have a Freedom card with a little over 1,000. I've got an Ink Cash with also a little over 1,000. And then one that I'm calling Ink Unlimited number 2 because I have two different Ink Unlimiteds. The more recent one I just got a couple months ago. So I'm about to hit my $75,000 reward, and that should post. So that'll be a little over another 76,000. All these should be posting within the next few days. So that's a total of 432,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards. Next up, we have US Bank Flex Points. And I put a little asterisk there because I don't know if they're called Flex Points. The card I have that earns them is the Altitude Reserve. I always thought they were called Reserve Points, but you can see the screen grab here in the bottom right. It says redeem Flex Points to offset the cost of your rewards card. They used to have two cards that were called Flex cards. They still have the Flexperks Gold, but it's not the same currency. Anyhow, these are the points that go on my Altitude Reserve. And as of the time I'm filming this, I have 37,699 of them. Now we'll take a look at my Citi thank you points. I only have one Citi card. It's a Rewards Plus card, and right now it has 910 thank you points on it. And you'll see down the bottom right, there's this image that says Conservation International that's pending, and that's kind of important. You'll see more about that later, but anyhow, Citi points totaling 1210. Now we'll take a look at our American Express membership rewards. And I say our because it's kind of a player 1, player 2, player 3 kind of thing. I'm player 1. My wife's player 2. My mom is player 3. They live in assisted living, but trust me to help with their finances. So I reap some benefits from that. So to be a little more specific, I'm player 1. I don't have very many, 5,429. And that's mostly from a business green I just recently opened up, and I'm still working on some bonuses on that. Player 2, my wife, has 287,000, and player 3 has 147,000. The screen grabs are just what's posted, but as soon as statements close with pending mixed in, that's what it should come out to. So that's a total of 439,000, almost 440,000 Amex MR points. Next up, we'll take a look at Wells Fargo Go Far Rewards. Here's a screen grab of mine. I've got 15,968. And then player 4 is my dad. He has a Wells Fargo Propel, and he has 14,510. So that comes out to just a bit over 30,000. We'll also take a look at American. I do fly American now and then, have in-laws that live in Arizona, so we've got a direct flight down there. And here's different things I've got going on. So 12,240 miles have already posted. You'll see this middle screenshot is from Basque Bank. That's just to let you know that I do have this savings account called Basque Bank where they pay you interest in the form of AA miles. It's not great, but one thing it does is it keeps your miles alive because every month there's a deposit, so you have activity. So basically it prevents those miles from ever expiring. And then in the bottom right, you'll see that Conservation International one more time that I put on my Citi Flexperks card, Citi Rewards Plus card. So I have 12,240, and then pending 72,000. And just to let you know what that was, those of you who follow Frequent Miler will know exactly what I'm about to get into. For a very short period of time, from like December 10th to 14th last month, there was this narrow window of opportunity where SimplyMiles, which is a partner of American Airlines, or sort of like their shopping portal kind of thing. It's not really a shopping portal. It's a program where you can link it to a MasterCard and you make certain purchases and you get points. Well, just because there was a 5X promotion going on and there was this other thing called Conservation International, which is a nonprofit you could donate to for 40X, basically those two things at the same time led to you getting 240 times the number of American Airlines miles that you donated. And there was a thought going around that they're not going to honor it. But you know what? Just yesterday, I had this post to my American Airlines account. Yep, 72,000 miles, actually just a touch over. So I'm going to pull in 84,000 miles total. I wish I'd donated more than $300, but that'll be nice because that's enough to get my family round trip, all four of us in economy, from the Midwest to Arizona and back. So pretty good use of $300, I'd say. Next, we'll take a look at my hotel points. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, just give you a quick overview. There's 3 that I participate in. With Hilton, I have 178,000 points. With IHG, I have 67,000 points. And with Wyndham, I have a little over 110,000 points at present. With Hilton and Wyndham, I have a credit card that got me those points. With IHG, I've done the points and miles trick in the past and occasionally bought points when they're on sale. So with all that in mind, we also need to consider a cash account. Now, I know you think to yourself, Doug, cash doesn't count as points and miles. Well, what I do is I have a whole separate savings account from when I have cash rewards cards that don't give points or miles. They just give cash back. They go in this account, and then I save that for traveling or a special thing to do with the family. So I feel like it counts because it's still credit card rewards. The one on the far left is my Blue Cash Preferred from American Express, has $157. The middle one is my Amazon card issued by Chase that does cash back. I've got almost $64. And then on the right is what's already in that cash balance account. So when I get things like credit from Payc or like a sign-up bonus from a bank account, which I don't do a lot of, a little bit, it goes in there. So if you put them all together, that's a little over $1,900. So oops, that picture got in there by mistake. It's a car with a license plate car. Yes, I took that picture myself. Excuse me. Moving on. Totals. What does all of this add up to? In other words, what's the cash value equivalent? I'm going to do a little math here where I take the number of points, what those are worth in terms of cents per point, and add them all up, and we'll see what the cash value equivalent is. Of course, you can't just cash out things like American Airline miles, but gives us an idea of what the value is of all this stuff that I've been doing for about 3 full years now. So Chase, 432,000 points. I give those a value of 1.5 cents each. I have the Sapphire Reserve, so I can use that for travel with a 1.5 modifier. Sometimes they have pay yourself back that's worth doing. And that comes out to $6,480. With US Bank, the Flex points or Altitude Reserve points, whatever you call it, those have a pretty hard value of 1.5 cents each because that's just the only way you use them. And they have something called real-time rewards. I'll put a video up here that I've done before. That's how I come up with that value, which is $565. Citi, I value them at 1 cent each to me. I do not have the Premier or Prestige card, so I'm pretty much just buying like gift cards or something like that. They might bring back a transfer to American, in which case that'd be better, but that's a whopping $12. Taking a look at Amex, I have 439,900 points. I value those at 1.4 cents each. I know some people do more. Frequently, you can get more than 2 cents per point in value. I don't know how I'm going to be using those yet. I figure I should be able to get at least 1.4. So being really conservative, I would value that at $6,159 of value. And the way things are going right now, you can look at one of my prior videos. It's raining Amex points. So that'll probably be easily over 500,000 points within the next 2 to 3 months. And Wells Fargo, 30,468 points at 1.5 cents each. Again, I have the signature Visa from Wells Fargo. Unfortunately, that's a card that's closed to new applications. A fixed value of 1.5 cents each when used on travel, $457. And then if we take a look at the AA, I'll value those at 1.3 cents each. That's a little on the conservative side because I'm only doing economy, probably $1,095 in value. Motels broken down as follows. Hilton, 178,000 points. I'd value at 0.6 cents. That's a little over $1,000. IHG, I value at 0.8 cents. That's $537. And Wyndham, I'm not really sure. I've never actually redeemed them. I'm kind of new to Wyndham. But looking at like frequent milers, reasonable redemption value, 0.8 cents, roughly $883. And cash, I value cash at $1 per $1, and that comes out to $1,974. Cash is something where you always know what the value will be. So, drum roll, please. What does it all add up to? That is $19,233 in value equivalency for my points and miles. And I'm guessing if you add up annual fees and all that, I've probably paid less than $2,000 in annual fees since I started this hobby in early 2019. So I'm still, walking away with 17 grand, even if you take out annual fees. I'd say that's pretty good for just an average suburban guy who has a family and works 9 to 5. What do you think? If you find this video to be interesting, again, subscribe, thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Put a comment down below challenging me if you think I did something wrong, or congratulating me if you think I did something right. And as always, may your spending be frugal and may your points be plenteous. See you later.